Hey guys, welcome to Manufacturing Monday. Yeah,
Welcome.
that's what we're gonna call this, I guess. That's what we said we were gonna call it.
So we're going to call it.
Manufacturing Monday. And today's featured build is gonna be Ekron. Gonna be a little bit different than the way I've been building it. I've normally done a 6x6 square. This time we're gonna go with an 8x8 square. So go ahead and get your 8.5 by 11 standard American sheet of paper, printer paper.
Which, of
Um,
course, if you don't have it, you can just go with A4.
you can go with A4. It really doesn't matter because you're gonna cut it anyways.
That's
Um,
right.
so it
Okay.
really doesn't matter with size sheet, thickness, standard printer thickness. I wouldn't go much thicker than that for this build right yet because um, what you're going to want to do is build this plane and then see us tomorrow on Tech Talk Tuesday because that's what we're doing tomorrow. And we're going to be adding some tech to this for tomorrow's show. So go ahead
That's
and
right.
I wouldn't use anything much stronger than what we call Dodge paper. Like I would maybe go Chinese menu. I wouldn't necessarily go Dodge paper for this because that might be too thick. Um, there's not a lot of folds, but I just wouldn't do it. All right, so
You just wouldn't do it. All right.
so the first thing you need to do is measure out 8 inches, either this way or this way. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna go here and go here.
For
Um,
those of our global people, that is 20.3 centimeters. So it's going to
yeah.
basically be 20.3 centimeters by 20.3 centimeters.
So yeah, I knew it was gonna be a headache to try to fold this little sliver of a piece of paper um, off.
Wait, it is an 8 by 8, right? Not an 8.5 by 8.5.
No, it's gonna be 8 by 8.
8 by 8. Okay. I
Yep,
want to make sure I'm doing it right. Yeah.
yep. So you're gonna take your it's not easy to get this
Being
much of a
cheaper.
sliver trimmed down because for us Americans, we're taking like just a half inch off of this side. It'll be easier on the other fold. Um, so once you get that, just go ahead and cut that sliver off.
So you can get your 20 by 3 by 20 by 3 sheet.
Yep. I like to do it a little bit differently than most people. I just lick the seam.
Hey, however you get your cut, as long as it's a nice even cut, it matters not.
I like to give myself a paper cut on my tongue.
But some of us have the cutting wheel for this very thing.
I do have a cutting wheel. I'm just not as accurate with it at this point. I haven't really learned to be that accurate with it. I've learned to fold straight and then just lick the seam and tear it like a perforation. It comes out fairly straight. I mean, it's stinking close. Yes, it wets the paper, but that little bit of wetness is not going to kill this paper. Um,
Indeed.
you can do what you
Indeed.
want with this. I don't know what you would really do with this, but you're not going to need it, so you can go ahead and just get rid of that. Um,
Um,
then the next thing you're going to do, what I like to do is just turn it sideways and then measure out your same distance. And this is going to be a much easier fold because you're folding much more paper. And then you get your 8 inches.
20 by 3 centimeters.
You get your 8 inches.
I'm just telling people, like I said, keeping
Get
it
your get
global.
your get your 8 inches. Make sure you're straight.
Get rid of that
Um,
scrap.
you, know, you gotta be as accurate as you can. I mean, you want it to be square. I mean, you can start with any size square, but you want it to be square. Yes, we could
Right.
have done this a little different of a way, by folding it triangled and then doing it that way and then just cutting off the bottom. But you don't necessarily get, I don't know if you're going to get an 8 by 8 square on that.
Yeah. So again, yeah, because this is pretty primary. We got to make sure that it's yeah as close as it can get.
Because you're not cutting anything off the side, you're cutting it off the bottom when you do a triangle that way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I'm going to give that a second to dry because I'm
All
licking
right.
because I'm licking it. Um,
Because he's licking it.
because I'm
All
licking
right.
it. You can save these. I really don't. I mean, I just kind of toss them to the side because you never know if I'm going to need scraps later.
Structure. Structure.
And let's all right. That's exactly
Okay.
what I thought. All right, so what we're gonna do?
Okay.
Whoa, I just bumped that. Let's move that back a little bit. There we go. Come on back.
Oh,
Whoa,
me too.
whoa, whoa. There we go.
One of
Right.
these one of these times we're actually gonna make this damn stick to the damn sheet. Yeah. Of course we
Yeah.
can't because we
Okay.
gotta move it around
All right.
views
So since you got a square, it's pretty simple. You fold it in half.
in half.
Either way, you got a square. That's the best part.
This is the easiest square I've ever folded. Wait, which way? Landscape or portrait?
Stop messing with me.
All right.
It's
We have a
both.
half fold.
It's both. Fold it, fold it, fold it. Just pick one. Fold it. Okay.
Fold it.
Then you're gonna pick a side. Left Twix, right Twix, pick a side, and then make your first triangle fold. Make
And
your first
apparently it
triangle
is a
fold.
full triangle.
Yeah, I try to put it as close to the fuselage as possible. Try to put it all the way down
Gotcha.
because you're gonna want it all the way down.
This one's gonna turn, but it's gonna turn out bigger because or different because it's bigger than it was.
It is gonna turn out a little bit. I mean, not much different, honestly, but it's gonna turn out a little different. Do the same thing to the other side.
Keep them parallel. Keep them symmetrical.
Yep,
Yep.
you
Yep.
got to do that. Make sure you get a nice solid crease on it because you want them sharp. You want it sharp. All right. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. I've got my little demo next to me that I'm just verifying. You want to start
Ah,
another triangle fold, but you're not going. You're going to go to the tip of the plane, but you're not going to come to the. You're not going to make it straight down, if you know what I'm saying. You're gonna.
not gonna go down to the keel.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to go all the way down. You don't necessarily want and you don't want a delta diamond either. Um,
So you want it to end so that there's like a little bit of an edge here to the
yeah, you
where the
want to give
anhedral where it
yourself
should be.
probably a half inch to 3/4 of room back here. So that's what I usually measure. Um,
He's saying he's basically saying, yeah, leave like about a centimeter and a half, centimeter and a third. If you're following back here, you can't see me because I'm tiny, but like right
yep.
there is where he's talking about. Yep.
And I usually,
Like
once you get one side down, it's easy to get the other
right.
because you're just going to match it up to it. But you don't want to create a delta diamond. You do not want to create a delta diamond. You want it.
Well, what he's saying is he doesn't want to create a
I
delta
didn't want to
diamond.
create a delta diamond. With the smaller ones, it's much easier. They don't. They just don't. Um,
But
it's
you
weird.
can do it. You can do it. I know how to do it. just by
Yeah,
holding
I
this. I
mean,
didn't
I
know.
almost did, and then I realized what I was doing, and then I was like, wait a minute, no.
Have you ever, while we've got it like this, I got to ask you a question. Have you ever tried to reinforce the pocket?
What do you mean reinforce the
Like,
pocket?
see, right, okay, right now, like I said, you got it finished, right? So I've got it like this. Have you ever taken the first triangle and flipped it up to hold the secondary triangle?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was
Most
just
of mine are
wondering.
just bodies at this point, so I don't really have
Got you. Okay.
anything like that. Ooh, snap. Make it straight. Make it straight. Okay, good. I fixed it. I
You
almost jacked
fix
it
it.
up. Almost jacked it up.
Okay, Mark, do me a favor. Hold your hand right there for a second.
What are you doing?
No, I mean like while you're fuck, this ain't working the way I thought it would be. Never mind. We'll do this later.
Do you want to measure my hand next to my plane?
No, I was gonna use a screenshot for something, but it's okay. We'll do it like this.
I don't, okay.
Don't worry about it. Keep
Well,
going. We'll go.
yeah.
I'll get one later.
So, yeah, once you get here, then the body of the plane is built. There's a lot of different things you can do from that. What I like to do is I like to open it up and flip it inside itself. Let me put this back in this.
So that all those folds are on the inside.
So all the folds are the inside,
Okay.
um, because that's less resistance when you go to do the rest of this. Um, oh, and the other reason why I like to do I don't mind the wetness and the that because I'm gonna 90% of the time I cut this back off anyways.
Oh, okay. Got
So
you.
I don't necessarily use this because there's gonna have some STE and stuff, some other stuff going on back here. Um,
Okay.
let me um, let me pull out the other one. Where's the pink one? Um, I know I cut it like that, and then I cut like that, and I cut in and down to that
Just
after I
trying to make
folded
sure it gets
that.
the right for
Okay,
people.
I want to make that bigger, so before I put the normally I put the dates and stuff on it at this point, but because I'm cutting, I'm going to wait and put it on there at the very end and when I'm done because it's built, it's today, it's the 17th. So St. Patrick's Day, it's getting it. It's got a little bit of green on it, so we're good.
Barely.
Um, barely, but it's got some green on it.
Barely.
What I like to do is take the scissors and you're going to cut about a 45-degree angle, probably about a quarter, maybe a half inch off at a 45-degree angle. I'm just kind of estimating it.
So again, the 1.27 centimeters
You just kind of
near the tail end.
snip that little triangle off like that. Okay.
Okay.
Then from that point, you're going to give it a slight angle up the back. Basically, for me, I'm just getting slightly rid of this edge back here that's not.
It's very, very slight
I mean, it is because I'm just.
because
I mean,
you want some of your wingtip to remain flat. So it's a very, very subtle slant.
I'm cutting a little bit more off than I intended,
I
but
think I got.
when you
I think
look
I
at it,
got.
but when
I
you
got an
look
eighth
at
of
it,
an inch.
yeah, when you look at it, mine went maybe up to a quarter,
Okay.
maybe
So
barely.
he's got, yeah, he's got the eighth of an inch, or I've got an eighth of an inch. He got a quarter.
Yeah,
Whoops.
just
So
barely. But I mean, I
about
started
six
it like
centimeters.
nothing. I mean, it's like a sliver, and then it tapers into that little bit.
So
Um,
somewhere in the neighborhood of 1 centimeter or less, probably a little bit
yeah,
less.
and
It's
you got to make
very,
sure you
very
get it
slight.
straight because I didn't get it straight, and now I got to go back and fix this. I didn't have it straight, so now I got to go back and fix the other one, so I got to cut an extra little sliver off of this just to get it straight. And there we go. There we go. Because I, looking at it now, I could tell one was bigger than the other, and I'm looking at the back of the plane like, why is it not even? The folds are even. Why is the back not even? And sure enough, that was it. The back wasn't
Got
lined
you.
up. I didn't have it lined up properly when I cut it.
Got you.
The other thing you can do um, is you can cut into the anhedral a little bit, but I'm not going to do that on this particular one. I'm
Okay.
going to leave it
Keeping it
because I
basic.
don't
All right.
have as big of an anhedral on this one as I have on the other one. For this, you're going to want to match it up, so it's going to have a little bit of slant on the anhedral. You're going to want to match that rear edge up.
Sure.
So you just kind of fold it down about 3/4 from the, the tip down, three
Three
quarters.
quarters. That's it. Okay. Okay.
You could do a little bit smaller, maybe. I mean, if you wanted to, you could do a little smaller. I would preferably probably go a full inch. If you're gonna go any direction, I would probably go a little bigger. Um,
He's talking about approximately 2 centimeters.
yeah. If you're gonna make it a different size, I would go bigger than smaller. It doesn't necessarily like smaller anhedrals. Definitely likes the slant. It doesn't like smaller, even though there's more
Okay.
wing.
Oh yeah,
Um,
there's more wing on this one, so we'll see where that goes.
yeah, so that's why I left it where it's at. And then I try to fold it um, basically as straight as possible along,
Along where we put that cut in
along,
the back.
yeah, along where we cut. Yeah, basically it's gonna go to that point back there.
Okay. Okay.
So you're gonna give it to that, and you're gonna try to make it as straight as possible. And if you don't get it exact, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I was cutting it after the fact, so it was easier to line that up.
Yeah.
But I
Gotcha.
started cutting it. I started cutting it beforehand, and that's fairly, man, that's stinking close. That was pretty
Ooh,
good.
I did it pretty good. I did a
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
good getting it out.
I'm like a fraction. I'm like a fraction off on that tip, so it's not. I'm not complaining one bit that it's not lined up,
All right.
but it is stinking straight. And there you have the Ekron. That's the build.
All right.
I like to go in and then put the stinking date on it. And yeah, that's the way I'm doing my dates. Still, oh man, I gotta
Are the
stinking.
winglets or the anhedrals about 90 degrees, 45 degrees, or
You play with those because sometimes it likes it at 90, sometimes it likes it at 45. It depends on the plane. So, um, like the paper, and it depends on the wings, and it depends on any other added technology. Um, the other thing that I haven't done yet on this one that I'm debating on doing, um, you cut it. You can cut in the wing or the what is it called?
where you at?
The fin.
Oh, the fin? Oh, that's
Yeah,
like the rear wing cuts. I call them DFRWs back there.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one has it. I'll pull this one out for you guys. This one has it. They are smaller on this one than what I initially anticipated to have because this one is bigger. But this one has it,
Okay.
and you start it kind of slanted in, and then you just kind of cut it down to to your fold there.
All right.
And the easiest way, obviously, is to cut them both at the same time so they're even, and then you just flare them out. You can put them on the top or you can put them on the bottom. Um, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to do that with this one because of what um, we're going to do with it tomorrow on Tech Talk. Um, so I'm not going to do that on this. I want to give it as much wing as possible in the back.
Gotcha.
Um,
Okay.
but I like to cut it like that because it likes it. So let me put the date on here, and then we are good to go. Um, did I remember that I messed up on the code for Ekron in them?
I think you did. I believe you did.
All right, I'm
I
gonna have
remember you
to.
talking about it, so I'm assuming that you did.
I'm gonna wait on putting the letter and stuff on here then because I don't think I've gone back and verify what letter
Okay.
is what because I think I did mess up on the lettering and I think it's not R anymore
Oh. Oh, all right.
because we like I just gave it the wrong number when the wrong letter when it should have been a different letter because of when it came out. I
Got
don't
you.
know. I
Okay.
don't know. Yeah, we just flip flopped two of them. That was what it was. But yeah, the plane's built. Um, that's Ekron. Let's see. I don't think I
There
have
you
anything
have it.
else as far as the build goes.
Okay.
Do you have
We have one.
any? Do you have any tips or suggestions or anything that you can throw in here?
Um, well, we do have a few when you're talking to the tinkerer here, but this would be the tinkerer's corner of Manufacturers Monday. However, I know what he's planning, so I'm not gonna actually add anything to that with this one because it's the only one I've got. So yeah. I do see. I will start the bat though. I do see where obviously you're going to people want to probably put some tape on it. Probably want to actually, like he had mentioned, add size to the winglets and the anhedrals. But other than that, it's a basic plan form, which is like a perfect little build to add stuff to. So
Yeah,
only your
it's a
imagination.
great
Yeah,
base model to start adding tech, taking things on, cutting. You can do a lot of different things. You can cut into this and make little streaks on the top. I haven't even done that yet. I've been thinking about it, um, but I've got a lot of bodies over here from the one a days that we built that I haven't even decided to mess with yet. But I wanted to go a little bit bigger because I've already test flown the small 6x6s. I wanted to start with the 8x8 and see if this technology that I've got planned for it for tomorrow if it works out really well. So you guys
okay.
stay tuned. Make sure you guys check us out tomorrow on Tech Talk Tuesday.